the Dead.
They have overrun us, you know. Something like 400,000 to 1 by my calculations.
Day of the Dead.
It could be years before we know exactly what we're dealing with here.
Day of the Dead.
Throw some blinding hair.
The darkest day of horror the world has ever known. George Romero's Day of the Dead.
Due to scenes of violence, no one under 17 admitted.
Starts Friday at a theater or drive-in near you. Check newspapers for showtimes.
The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
You will suffer an eternity for this.
This is a great big 14-mile tombstone.
The echo is still going 14 miles away. Welcome back to 0.Point Reviews, everybody. Kevin and Jeff with you. We also have Ruben joining us for this round of George Romero goodness. We got Day of the Dead from 1985. And man, oh man, this was a first time full watch for me. I had never really seen this all the way through before. I'd only seen like maybe about the first 30 minutes and then a piece here and there. So this was I had to bust open my Scream Factory Blu-ray. So I was pretty pleased to do that. But Ruben, how about you? Have you seen this one before? Are you a fan of this one? Where are you at with this one?
Yeah, I've watched this one several times over the years. I went back and gave it a little refresh. And I guess out of all of them, it's probably my favorite more than Night of the Living Dead. And I'm sure that's probably, you know, a weird thing, but I enjoyed it.
Nothing wrong with that. And when did you ultimately see this? Was this on like DVD days? Did you see this on VHS as a kid?
No, man, this was
if you remember.
It was like cable, you know, late night.
Okay.
It was kind of my first of, you know, getting to know Tom Savini and his special effects and makeup and all that. And after that, I went all in on his movies.
Yeah, of all the
Stuff
Savini
like
movies, like this was a good one to get in on.
Yeah. It was wild special effects. I feel like they just don't do that these days.
Not even on Walking Dead. They do it up to a point, but it's not a lot.
And that's sad because Greg Nicotero is actually in this picture. Like,
yeah, he is.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until I watched it the other day, and I was looking at the cast, and I saw his name there, and I was like, "Wow."
Same with me.
That blew me away.
I noticed that this morning. I was playing Magic. I look over, I'm like, Gregory Nicotero. Interesting. Okay.
That sounds a little familiar.
He might know a thing or three about zombies. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe just a little.
I had to explain to my ex that it's not so much that they took a lot from Walking Dead out of this movie. They took a lot of this movie and put it into The Walking Dead, like a lot. Which is funny because this is a lot of parts of The Walking Dead, or the aspects of it that I don't like. But I totally enjoyed this. It was weird.
Well, this doesn't dwell on things too much like Walking Dead, and they drag it out for like an hour on end over something that means like ultimately nothing.
Yeah. And this was only like, you know, an hour and 40 minutes as opposed to 12, 13 hours.
Yeah.
Of pure frustration and anger and emotional investment that you're going to like want to cut yourself over. I'm not bitter.
Oh, no. This movie actually gets to the point, is what you're trying to say, instead of like too much exposition for 5 episodes in a row before something interesting happens.
Yeah. Yeah. And then today was actually my first watch through too. No, I meant to watch this on the MetaQuest because it's on the big screen and it's totally cool. And you remember I said I wasn't going to do horror films in VR anymore after the PSVR 2 incident when I was watching it, Evil Dead. And the eye stabbing scene, and I couldn't turn away. It was just stuck to my face. Anyway, the Quest didn't like that. It's like actually sitting in a movie theater, and you could kind of like girly scream and turn your head away if you need to. But I didn't. I think I've only ever seen like the first 30 seconds of this movie, and it's incredibly dull, especially after watching the first two movies. But it's okay. Like this movie ramps up pretty well, and it's actually 20 minutes shorter than the last movie. It's a lot more concise. I don't know that I could say it's more fun, but I'd say it's really, really on par. And this might be sacrilegious, but to agree with what Ruben was saying, I think after the last 3 weeks, I like the original the least now. Like, it has its place. That movie is the foundation, but Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead they keep progressively getting better. Like they're stepping stones, and it's a nice progression as far as a trilogy goes. You don't commonly get that.
No, and even watching some of the making ofs, there's like an hour and a half documentary on the Scream Factory disc, and I don't know what the price is on Amazon, but I saw it recently as low as $5 and like
wow
80 odd cents, and it's got a feature-length documentary on here. But on there, they were actually saying like the original script included elements of Land of the Dead, but it was way too big, way too epic. And they felt like the budget wasn't going to be there as part of like the film deal that George had. I forgot the studio he signed with, but it was like a 3-picture deal. As long as one of them was a zombie movie, they didn't care the other 2 movies. The other one was like Night Riders, and I think the other one was Martin, I believe. And so he did those first, and then he did this one. But there was somebody later on in the documentary who mentioned if he had actually done Day of the Dead first, he might have been able to get the full budget he wanted to do the bigger script. But they ultimately used what was missing in Land of the Dead, which I have never seen before either. So there was a bigger script they had in mind. It probably would have been about another 25 minutes long.
I didn't really care for Land of the Dead.
I saw Land of the Dead too.
Did you? I didn't see it until it hit DVD.
I think it was fine for what it was. I mean, there was the main zombie, which was kind of as smart as, I guess, Bub in this one.
Okay.
I thought that was, pretty neat progression for him to like be able to, go from just shambling to, firearms.
Yeah.
And the one in Land of the Dead, he directs the other zombies eventually, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's right. And I was waiting for Bub to do that in this one, and I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, at least that part of Land of the Dead is enjoyable, but the rest of it, I was kind of like, this does not hold the majesty of Dawn of the Dead. It did not.
Okay.
At least not for me.
I think it's one of John Leguizamo's best movies.
Yeah, that could be.
I didn't know he was in that one.
Yeah. Yep. He's the main good guy and bad guy at the same time, I think. I don't know. It's I don't remember.
Wasn't Dennis Hopper also in there?
I don't recall. He might have been.
I think he's the mayor of the city or whatever it is.
Of the building, that's right. Because they live in mega cities, basically.
Okay.
That's right. I swear to God, it's been like 20 years.
You should definitely, watch it if you haven't. It's a good enough to fit in there with with the other three.
If I thought about that ahead of time, we might have done that for next week. We still probably could. We were thinking Night of the Dead remake by Tom Savini. We could think about
That
it.
one I did enjoy.
Oh God, I was going to see if you guys wanted to do something for Thanksgiving. What the hell was it? Addams Family.
Do. That'd be kind of interesting.
Addams Family. Yeah, the sequel where the kids go to summer camp, or
Addams Family Values. Yep.
Yeah, where Pugsley dresses up as the turkey.
You know, I love Tim Curry, but any movie but his that. What was it? What Addams Family was that? I didn't even never really watched it, but I'm aware of.
That was Addams Family Reunion.
Oh, with Tim Roth, or I mean,
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Yeah. No, I didn't see that one either, and I watched a bit of the first animated movie, and it's okay.
That movie is okay.
Yeah, it's not really my thing, but it's okay. They hit the peak in the early 90s with Raul Julia.
Yes, they did. And a man lost too soon.
That whole cast was just fire.
Oh yeah, the chemistry was on point. Everything was fantastic. But well, welcome to 0 Point Reviews, everybody, where that's what we do. We go off on tangents from time to time and talk about some other stuff. But we got Day of the Dead. Let's get into some of the good about Day of the Dead, Kevin.
I guess I should load that up, shouldn't I? Let's see here. Slides. Do I have slides? I got slides.
Tech issues abound tonight. So if things are a little wonky on this stream, just FYI, there's been some slight technical difficulties tonight. Might be the weather, might be the internet, might be StreamYard.
I was going to say, I'm going to blame StreamYard or take the cue from Dana D and say it's the ghosts.
Ghost Peters.
So the good. Golly. Bub. For a movie that, like, there wasn't a whole lot of zombie action until the end of this movie, and that's okay, because it was still somewhat interesting. And the zombie that they had in it, Bub, was extremely entertaining. Like, this actor was very articulate with not using words for the most part, and conveying emotion. Like, dude made me a little bit misty today, and not in the fun way.
Yeah, Bub was a fun character. I actually liked how he was portrayed. The casting was pretty damn good, and the overall evolution of when he gets introduced to being somewhat docile, and then going between like the toothbrush and the razor, and then picking up Salem's Lot. I would have preferred that he started opening the pages and then shredded the book, like, yeah, this book sucks, kind of thing. That would have been funny. Then Stephen King could have hated this movie then too.
Did you hate the other one?
No, I say that because no, that's what the other movie was. It wasn't Martin, it was Creep Show that George was involved with, the very first Creep Show. Stephen was involved with that one too. So there was probably a little bit of like some friendly level that they were on.
Oh, I'm sure. Most of those old school guys, they were all friendly, I think, with the exception of Sean Cunningham. Because, he's a shyster.
And Ruben, was there anything that you like about this one?
I do like Bub the way, like, toward the end, he saw that the I guess his doctor, the Frankenstein, was that his name in the movie? I believe.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
When he was gunned down and he finds him in the cold freezer later, and he gets, there's some emotion there in a zombie, which nobody expects.
Yeah, and it was very moving. and you don't really, there's not a whole lot of emotion that's touching in this movie. That's like the actual only moment of touchingness in this movie. And damn, does it kind of get you.
You see him find the general, I guess.
Oh,
and
Captain
then, you know,
Rhodes.
he starts shooting at him, and then, you know, as the
was
zombies are
great.
tearing apart, he gives him that little sarcastic salute.
Yeah.
I love that he's able to aim well enough to shoot him, like all the way down the friggin' hallway. He hits him, and I'm like, dude, you can't serpentine at all. It's a zombie.
I would have
Well,
been
the
more
idea was
impressed
he
if,
was a
like,
former military person.
Yeah, I know, but still. I still would have serpentined.
I thought it was great. It would have been great if more of his legs were shot out more than like an upper body shot because of the way you're holding the gun as a zombie. Like, there's no way you haven't atrophied enough to the point that you can actually pull straight up and go bang.
Well, that's what I mean. But I mean,
Yeah.
it was still fun. I'm not going to complain at all. That was wonderful. Like, all of this was just damn fun. I didn't think I was going to like it in general, let alone as much as I did. And I know I said that last week too. And it makes me happy that I could say it again, because like I said before, you don't get to say that in trilogies for the most part. Like the Prophecy trilogy, solid. But if you like each individual one, you're like, it's kind of lacking. Specifically part 2 and 3. But as a whole, they're a great trilogy. But this is a phenomenal trilogy that keeps going steps up and up and up. And I want to say, in regards to the cast and the characters, I like this crew better than Dawn of the Dead. And I didn't think that was going to be a thing either. I liked that cast, and this cast is even better.
I think my favorite of the cast was the pilot. I love him, man. He's hilarious. Maybe not intentionally, but I think he's like the best fleshed out character in this. Him and his partner, I can't remember his name. The guy who drinks a lot.
I don't know, but he was wonderful. I don't know where I know him from, but he was just really awesome.
Torres.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him before.
He looks like William Hurt from Alien. And obviously that's not him, but he reminds me of him in a way. But anyway, the cast again, having a black male hero being overshadowed by the white woman, not entirely useful, but this one's way cooler than the last two. way cooler than the last two. Actually, this one, this one's actually a lot more badass, like 10 times more badass than the last two. She knows how to shoot a gun and is responsive and responsible. Anyway, I like the formula. The only thing where I was kind of like, oh, dude, do we have to do this again? Is where they get to the racism. And you're just kind of like, let it go. Like we're trying to get past that.
Well, that's something that, you know,
I guess
George wanted in each of the scripts. That's why he kept highlighting it. He thought it was pretty topical, and it, honestly, it was still at that time.
It kind of still is.
Yeah, it always will be.
They even incorporated that in The Walking Dead in the first season with
oh yeah, with Daryl's brother.
Yeah.
That's right, because he's all nasty.
Not like a pizza on a roof.
Merle, that was his name. Merle.
Yep, Merle. Michael Rooker, baby.
See, I am not that trashed.
Not that trashed. Gotcha. But no, I like the Sarah Bowman character. I'm sorry, Dr. Sarah Bowman character. I was totally getting some vibes from like the late 70s. I felt like a little bit of Ripley, but I actually felt like she was a little more prepared, a little bit smarter, a little more able to handle things. even though she was dealing with her own mental breakdown of sorts of what was going on with like her boyfriend and constantly getting ragged on it by everybody else, and what was going on with him as he's losing his mind, ultimately gets bit. But ultimately, it feels like at the end of the movie, she's a little bit through that and a little bit hopeful for the future. But every time they try and do a little bit hopeful in the future for, like, say, Dawn of the Dead, and then this one, it ends up being, oh, the next movie comes along and man, not so much.
Yeah, like it may have worked out well for the last crew, but right here in this other part of the world, like shit's still getting real, or it's a little while longer and things are just that much worse.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, where in the timeline is this one? Like how much longer from the outbreak is this?
Off the top of my head, I believe that's why they don't specify dates at all. This is all supposed to be within short order of each other because due to rights issues, they couldn't reuse characters or anything like that. But the idea is this is all supposed to be within a short period of time.
Okay, so that's kind of what I was thinking, like, because Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead are all like it's the next day as far as I
Is what
can
it
tell.
feels like. And then this is supposed to be relatively the same. Not necessarily the next day, but like the outbreak has just happened and they're all still trying to figure it out within like the span of a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah.
I feel like they try to nail it home in the beginning where they're looking for people in the city.
Yeah.
And it's just hordes of zombies coming at them, you know? I think wasn't it like more than what you saw in like Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead?
Yes, it was the entire city just about.
City's dead, man.
And then reflecting back on it, it was at least a month because the lady opens up and she's looking at that calendar with all the X's on it. So she'd been there at least a month.
Yeah, she was having a total mental dream with that one. And then the arms busting through the walls. That was a cool visual, man.
Oh, wasn't it? That was awesome.
That was almost the end credit for our intro in here. And I changed my mind at the last minute. I'm like, I'll keep the other one. Because I love the comment about the 14-mile tomb that they were encased in.
That was cool. I really liked that. And you could see shades of the Hive from Resident Evil in this. Like, this was a really, really good movie that planted a seed for a whole bunch of terrible shit.
And it certainly, there is a lot of terrible shit in this freaking movie.
No, I liked this.
Being nasty was pretty cool, honestly.
I loved it. None of it was bad. Like I didn't really see a whole lot of bad that like I could truly complain about. And again, we'll get to that later, but I just really want to praise the good. Like this was a good flick for a third feature. You don't see that often. Keep saying that. American Wedding. That would be one of the few films where I'm kind of like, wow, that was way better than the original. Way, way better than the original.
Yeah, I think this is the weirdest trilogy. Like a lot of people point to either Dawn or Day as their favorites, and almost always the original is at the bottom of the list. But most people say like, well, it is a really good movie. It's just it's not as good as the follow-ups. So like to your point, I've heard that from a lot of people actually.
Yeah, but again, my first introduction to this genre, this world, was the Tom Savini movie.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit more used to these, or this is more what I'm used to growing up with than Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
The original black and white to me is nostalgic. It's wonderful. It's a perfect Halloween movie because it is gross and it is disturbing, but it is a black and white picture, and that's kind of traditional and it feels right. These are more just kind of like, all right, let's get to that gritty, scary shit. And this is more Grindhouse in a way, even though it was in the 80s. I know it's not technically Grindhouse, but They filmed, of course, on a much more shoestring budget. They were much more guerrilla. They had fucking crazy fucking extras that didn't mind chewing on raw liver or whatever just to say, yeah, I'm in a picture. Fuck, circus geeks, whatever they were awesome. They were committed to sparkle motion, and it paid off. Unfortunately,
there
you
wasn't
just
too much sparkle in here.
No. Although oh God, what was the Rhodes's foreman? Steele?
Yeah.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
right hand, like badass dude.
Yeah. Like I'm so on the fence with that guy. Like, he was a douche nozzle, but he really was trying to look out for everybody. And he didn't want to kill the doctor. And Rhodes was going to end up killing him if he didn't kill the doctor. And he was kind of like, well, I mean, okay, goodbye. Like, I felt bad for him in a way, but at the same time,
I feel like it's his friend, Steele's friend that usually sits there.
Maybe.
I find like he's the worst of the worst. That guy can go ahead and get eaten anytime.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he's always like standing behind the doctor, like taunting her and stuff while they're like trying to capture the zombies.
His little running buddy with him.
Yeah.
It's like, God, Fisher or something like that.
I don't remember. I know what I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name.
I think it was Fisher.
They're all little sycophantic bitches. And like, I don't know. And there was no characters in this where you're just kind of like, hurry up and kill them. Hurry up and kill them. Like, there was a little slender redeeming quality to each and every single character in this. So it was emotionally moving when everybody died. Whether they were the good guy or the bad guy, it was moving when they got their demise and was ultimately ripped apart. And wow. I mean, the deaths were all kind of similar in a way, but fuck, man, they were all really good.
Especially Captain Fisher's.
The best one to me is when Fisher dies. I guess that's what his name, and they're like ripping him apart, and he's screaming, and then as his neck like gets totally ripped off, it goes high pitch until it finally quits. I think that's really good.
Choke on it. Choke on it.
That was so good. And then his lower half is like pulled away down the hallway. That was funny.
That's who I'd be screaming to, is the one with my dick. Choke on it.
Well, I like Captain Rhodes a little bit because he actually had some valid points when he was trying to take over. Like, we should just be killing these things and trying to survive, not study them and domesticate them.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, oh, dang.
I hate him, but I couldn't.
He was a douche. Truly, he was a douche. Like, anyone that comes in and like takes over, I'm in charge now, and starts to like, indulge in fascism and killing each other and genocide, it's usually a bad idea. But he was looking out for the living. He wasn't an asshole to anybody that was alive, like, unnecessarily. He didn't like the scientists because they were wasting time, food, and resources in general. And you kind of have to respect that. But he really went about everything in the wrong way. Like, you really shouldn't shoot your employees. Although when he smoked the hostage, that was impressive. I was like, well, he meant it. Bravo.
He certainly did. But when we lost the major before the movie even really started, who was really in charge around there, and they said he wasn't that much better, but at least he was more tolerant of everything. And now that
Yeah.
this guy was in charge, it's like, oh great, what's about to happen? And so everybody kept warning, like, Sarah, don't push it, with this guy. He's a little more off his rocker than the major was.
Yeah, and see, that's where this felt a little bit more like The Walking Dead than Dawn of the Dead did, because now you're in this isolated fort where they don't have to deal with the zombies unless they want to. And so that's the majority of the picture. And the bad guys are, of course, now the humans. And that's really what you're dealing with for most of this picture. And of course, that's what Walking Dead is mainly about. The zombies are in the background and they'll come about eventually. But the bad guys, the drama, the antagonists, they're always human.
Yep.
That was okay in this because, again, it wasn't like when you had the bikers where they were just like naturally they're bad guys because they're antisocial. These guys weren't necessarily like raiders. We've got guns, so we're going to start taking everything. Fuck it. Screw our orders. Not like 28 days later. I think that's kind of what happened. These guys are still really just soldiers trying to survive. But they're assholes.
Everybody's an asshole in this to one point or another.
Yes. But I love the alcohol.
Sarah drugs her boyfriend.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, dude, he was trying to get frisky and shit after fucking crying and yelling.
And smacking her around. Yeah. I was like, wow, I don't even remember that from the one time I did see the first 30 minutes of the movie. Like, damn.
They were boomers. That was fashionable.
But she hugged him back, appreciated it, then properly drugged his ass.
That was dope. Like, he almost wanted to kick him in the ass, being like, you fucking deserve that for not seeing it coming.
Well, later she got to take his arm off, part of his arm.
That was cool. And the fucked up thing is it worked. I've never seen somebody survive a zombie bite in a movie before, and it worked, and the guy sacrificed himself, and I was like, oh shit, that's cool.
When using a torch like that to like cauterize the arm was just like, that put a shiver down my spine. I have not seen that in a movie in a very long time. I was like, oh, that's brutal.
Not since I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I haven't seen that since like
Michael Roker's,
2000.
When he got his hand cut off from the being locked into the handcuffs, and he went in like just like this. Daryl's brother.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. I remember that. Nasty.
And they like they find this like metal. It was like a press or something on a stove that's superheated, and he had just used that on his stump.
Yep.
Oof. Stuff like that always makes me a little, ooh, that's the exclamation point on the on what just happened.
I want to say that was supposed to have been mentioned in the original script of Evil Dead 2, but I'm not sure. As far as him having to like put his stump up against the iron that was on the stove.
Okay.
But golly, that's all I could think of. But no, I'm gonna get you, sucker. Is they spoof Rambo where he's got to cauterize the wound on his chest. He gets a paper cut on his thumb, and he gets a little like paper clip, and he burns it with a lighter, and then jabs his thumb with it to stop the bleeding. And he, this loud like predator roar.
I do not remember that.
Oh, it's fucking hysterical. Oh, it was so goddamn funny.
Don't be a menace, Kevin.
I love the Wayans movies, dude. They are perfect movies. except for white chicks.
Ugh. That movie was brutal. That's when
Yeah,
I'm like, I think you guys need to be done for a while. Not that it was offensive, it was just stupid.
Yes. Yeah. No, them going in whiteface, that's funny enough. That's what I was there for.
Yeah.
Them pretending to be white women was just like a genius opportunity. It just didn't land.
Didn't they just take back control of the Scary Movie franchise?
Yes, they
Yes.
did. And they are working on the next one and bringing back as much of the original cast as they can.
Mm-hmm. I would love to see Tim Curry have a voiceover role. That would be amazing, but who knows?
That'd be
Because
interesting.
they really, really want to bring back as many people as possible, which is awesome. I love that about the Wayneses. Like everything's family to them.
Well, it sounds like the script is shaping up pretty good. That's why the casting's moving along very quickly. So sounds like it could be pretty good now that it's had enough time to breathe and reset itself. I don't know what you would do with, like, say, the Dead movies. Like, zombies are just really worn out. I mean, I know we're doing reviews on these right now, but these are like the classics. These are like the greatest hits. And like, what do you do now? Like 28, what was it? 28 years later just came out not too long ago, and that did okay. But nobody else is really doing zombie things right now, because even the shows on AMC, the ratings are dropping like rocks. Nobody's really watching those anymore.
They beat that horse with a stick so goddamn big.
Then they shot it in the head with a shotgun, blew the head off, and now they're still trying to kick the horse.
Yes, and you're just like, fuck, stop making zombie movies. They're making them worse and worse and worse, and with the lower budget and lower budget and lower budget, and with not even fucking a script involved, and you're just like, please stop. There was true zombie fatigue in the horror community. So like when Insidious came out, and it's like, oh, a PG-13 movie, but there's nobody being eaten by zombies, we'll give it a shot. And it worked.
Yeah. I think there's a chance you could revisit zombie movies like say this, but they've also done spin-offs of a lot of these. And then Tina Romero, George Romero's kid, just did oh god, what was the name of the movie called? She did a Of the Living Dead or Of the Dead movie.
Oh,
Twilight of the Dead.
It was the nightclub, wasn't it?
Yeah, the nightclub one. And that's not gone over well with a lot of people. They say the gore is fine, but like the movie's just kind of there.
Yeah. That sucks.
Honestly, I stopped watching the remakes after, what was it? The Day of the Dead remake? Like they were on an island
with Ving Rhames. Yeah. I like the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead remake. I know a lot of people are like, on that one. It's really not that bad. It's a lot shorter. It's a lot quicker. It's more of an action zombie movie more than the original anyway. So it was enough different. But that Day of the Dead one, I think I watched like 5 minutes on home video, and I'm like, I'm not interested.
I own it, I'm sure. Especially if Ving Rhames is in it, but I just don't recall. Which might be, my subconscious trying to like protect myself.
Couldn't be as bad as Return of the Living Dead parts 4 and 5. Rave to the grave, baby.
I didn't like part 3, so I didn't watch 4 or 5. And then
they were Sci-Fi Channel schlock.
What was Necropolis? That's the one I finally got when it came out on direct to DVD. I'm like, Return of the Living Dead, huh? I'll give that a shot. Classic. Can't beat it. You're absolutely right. You can't beat the classic.
Yep.
Not with the sequel, not with nothing.
Not with nothing.
The first 2 Return of the Living Dead movies were just fantastic. The second one's a little sillier than the first, but they are great movies. A bit different than this, but again, equally good successors to the original Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah. Is there anything else you liked about this one, Kevin?
The one guy, it wasn't Captain Rhodes, but one of the guys that got ripped apart when they were pulling him, the eye and the eyelid got ripped open, so you could see the eyeball exposed and looking around.
That was Fisher.
Woo, that was cool. That was so cool.
That was a good prosthetic. Made you really wonder for a split second, like, wait, what? How the hell they do that?
He got paid a little extra.
Just a little.
Like Tony Shalhoub when they're like, how'd you do that with your eye? Well, just like this.
Yeah.
All right.
Practical effects are pretty damn dope, though. Ruben mentioned it earlier. Like Savini's fingerprints are all over this movie, and it's freaking awesome.
Yeah. My
I
only
actually
gripe
enjoyed the over, of this one over Dawn of the Dead.
No.
I feel like Dawn of the Dead, he was kind of working up, getting better, and then we got like just these insane deaths.
Yeah. In Dawn of the Dead, there was a lot of his trademark tricks, like the machete through the head. Like that's his signature. There wasn't so much of that in this movie, whereas you had the prosthetics and the blood and the oozing and the arterial spray, and it was just great.
And the head that got severed by the shovel, and then the eyes were still twitching as the other half of the head was upside down. I freaking love that.
The head that had all the wires in it, was it trying to read his thoughts? Is that what that was? And was that the first major?
See, that's what I was confused by with that particular sort of thing. I did not know what was happening because she started playing a cassette tape. Then they revealed the head because it was twitching as a response to their recording.
Yeah.
And I think that was the major, but I really wasn't all that clear about that. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? I have no concept of what's really happening here, why everybody's reacting. Then they're like, just walk away, just walk away. I'm like, can somebody please explain? Nobody even mentioned a name. So it's like, what?
Yeah, I just thought it was one of the soldiers that died before like the movie really got started.
And it very well may have been, because he had corpses like abouts.
And the two military ones in the freezer that he was feeding to Bub when Bub was doing a good job.
Man, like, I get it, waste not, want not, but I also I agree with Rhodes. Like, man, those are my men that you're butchering and beating to those things.
And they may be dead, but they deserve proper military burials for trying to protect and save your ass for however long we've been down here. And this is what you're doing with them? That's fucked up.
They died with dignity, and they deserve to be buried with integrity, not food for something that's not even going to be able to process it.
Can't throw it on a pizza, Kevin.
Well, he cut off all of his stomach, all the organs and shit. Or no, he didn't do that to Bub. Never mind. He did that to the other zombie.
Yes, he did that too. Man, that was Island of Dr. Moreau,
He was calling them Frankenstein. Ooh, they were not fucking around. Like, I would say this guy was worse than your average Dr. Frankenstein or Dr. Moreau. Like, he is a truly mad scientist. It was cool. The only scientist I have seen that's that mad, Steve Wilson wrote in his book Tucker's Monster. Like, really, really crazy guy messing with cadavers and stuff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if he probably killed Major himself because he was running low on food for Bub.
That's true.
Yeah.
Richard Liberty.
Was that the name of the major?
No, the Dr. Frankenstein.
Oh.
And
Oh,
for a
shit.
correction from earlier, the Steele's little buddy was Rickles, actually.
Oh.
And I thought Fisher was not right. So, good stuff.
I don't know. But yeah, so going back, was there anything else good about it? Yeah, man, Dr. Frankenstein's a dope character. Many layers to that motherfucker where you're like, yeah, he's got a point where he's doing a good thing, but that's also really gross. Probably shouldn't be happening.
Probably not.
I think you might be able to go to hell for that.
And then he'll just turn into one of them too, which I'm surprised he didn't, because they did not give him a headshot. Him coming back to life would have been very interesting.
Oh yeah, that would have been good. Showing up with Bub, maybe.
Yeah.
Would he have need to have been bit?
He probably could have been bit.
I don't recall.
Remember, like in both of the last movies, like just the dead just come back to life. They don't have to be bit. But when they kill somebody alive, then they come back. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him come back and do something. But if he did, then Bub wouldn't have gotten his he was he was a plot engine is what he was. And he wouldn't have been able to go vroom vroom.
Yeah.
Plot engine goes vroom vroom. That's our podcast.
Yep. Vroom vroom. All right, let's get on to some of the things that maybe did or now apparently did not work for Day of the Dead. Ruben, was there anything about this movie that maybe didn't work for you, or what do you got?
Well, I was kind of disappointed that they spent most of the time on the base. You know, I was hoping maybe they would have taken more time to look for survivors, maybe out in, into the world somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they had enough fuel to do it.
Yeah, because they made it to an island at the end. It would have been funny to actually hear like zombies crawling at them from somewhere on the beach, and they're like, "We have no fuel."
Oh God, no! I want to go play Dead Island. Hoodoo, you voodoo, bitch!
Hoodoo, you voodoo.
It's like with the remake of Dawn of the Dead, where in the credit roll, they're in the island and the zombies just come out of nowhere. That probably would have added some more substance to the end of this one.
That you can't escape.
Yeah, I mean, those are stereotypical trope endings, but fuck, they're fun. Like, shut up, Jeff. The end of Jesus, that stupid movie I hate. The Treat Williams
Deep Rising.
Yeah, the end of that movie, like where they pan out and show the danger coming. Like, that's a good climax to end a movie. Like, it works. It's a trope for a reason.
One of my all-time favorite movies.
I know
the CGI doesn't hold up as well these days, but it's one of my favorites. Treat Williams is badass.
And Famke Janssen. Delicious.
It was her birthday last week, I think. She turned 63.
Lady has a lot of plastic on her, though.
Now,
a lot of work done.
Yep. Which is unfortunate because she did. I don't think she needed to.
No. She didn't need it,
but oh man, maybe that's something we could have on topic for for Saturday. What actors have fucked themselves up lately?
That's quite a list.
Yeah, we could still do it though.
Yeah, and just not to be misogynistic, like we'll start with Tom Cruise.
Oh Lord,
you really want to get us some hate? Gotcha.
I hate him. Sorry. All right. So I guess for me, there wasn't a whole lot of bad to this. I enjoyed the shorter runtime. I got it watched very quickly, very happily. The gore is all on point. really on point. I will agree with Ruben that the majority of this movie, like the first 75% of it, 80% of it, takes place underground without the hordes of zombies. You see the majority of the zombies here and there in their collection that they have. And whereas that's fun, most of what you see is Bub and Bub being trained. So this is much more story driven. Well, I can't say it's much more story driven than the first two, because the first two, again, god damn, there was no dialogue in the first movie for what, 10-15 minutes at one point.
Correct. They're
like,
coming to get you, Kevin.
I mean, if you watch the riff tracks of that, there is so much dead air that they had to fill. You're just like, golly,
they had to do some heavy lifting.
They did. Like, let's make some skits. But the only thing I truly didn't really care for, and I said that in the last movie as well, was for the bulk of the zombies, they're just painted grayish green.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you want to see truly disgusting looking zombies, Return of the Living Dead is your jam. This is menacing and fast zombies, but they're just painted.
The best zombie I saw was at the beginning when it.
With the title
like in the city, yeah, and it's like this lower part's missing, its mouth is like gone, just tongue hanging out. That was the best one out of all of them.
And there's the budget.
That was gnarly.
I mean, you have to love those practical effects. You truly do. And that's another one of those signatures of both Savini and Nicotero is the eyes and the tongue moving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then there's the clown zombie that shows up briefly. I don't do well with clown zombies, man.
Was there a clown zombie in this one?
I don't.
I believe
that.
so. When her boyfriend goes up in the elevator and all the zombies come in and crowd around him, and he puts down.
Huh.
That was.
I'll go back and watch that. I remember like kids in football uniforms and stuff like that, but
I'm pretty sure there was a clown, because I remember it's like seeing like a puff of hair, like that's pretty much what clowns use, like a wild color.
I'll have to rewatch, because this is definitely a movie I'm going to be rewatching now that I've seen it all the way through. This has definitely got some rewatchability to it to catch it. Like everything, first time watches are usually I miss a lot of the background details. I tried to catch as much as I could. So, but I don't got too much bad about this, other than I feel like it's too bad it took so long for this movie to get its following. This wasn't really a big hit when it came out. Yeah. I mean, it did all right, but it wasn't like Dawn of the Dead, which made like gangbusters money. So I feel bad like it took so long for it to get its following, but it's there, and it's there now. And a lot of people honestly feel like this is a really good follow-up to Dawn of the Dead. I completely agree. The setting's a little more confined. It's going back to the beginning of basically Night of the Living Dead in a house.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree. I wish there was a little more outdoor activity. It's basically the bookend of the movie, though. It's at the beginning and it's at the end. And you basically get like 5 minutes for each, and that's going to be about the extent of it. But it feels like while they're inside, there's this air of darkness, not just color-wise, but like everything's like bleak, death, destruction. When they're outside, it feels like there's a chance to go somewhere. And so I almost feel like that was kind of the tone they were aiming for. And that might have been what kind of drove people away a little bit, is they liked more of Dawn when there was more expansive environments they could play around with. With this, you were back to being confined. And I noticed several times they reused the same hallways and corners, like back to back to back to back. And it's like, I know you're trying to make this seem like the building is larger than it is, but I'm noticing when you're doing that. And back then, nobody really thought too much about this sort of thing in the context of like, oh, hey, in 25 years or 40 years, somebody's going to be screaming like we kept using the same hallway too much. That's what they had to work with back then. I get it. It's just keen eyes for people looking back now. You're going to notice like the same damn corner used over and over and over again, or hallway.
That's the same poster.
So otherwise I got nothing to bag about. I wouldn't even bag on Captain Rhodes here and his acting abilities. Like he was this shy from going way too campy with it, but he never went over that line for me to where I'm like, man, George, what are you doing here? What's letting this guy go this nuts? But he always kept it just shy from going too far, and I appreciated that.
Agreed. The only part where it went overboard for me, and I mentioned it earlier, and I've been sitting on it, is the racism. Like, I know it's topical, but you can't say get past it. But do we need to shove it in there so fucking much? Like, okay, how many different slurs do you want to call this fucking guy, the boyfriend, in one sentence? And they're being racist, and they kept calling him yellow. That's inaccurate. So George, if you don't know how to be racist, don't write racism.
Well, it's kind of hard to do since he passed away a few years ago.
Then get better. Soon. Get well soon.
Yeah.
He knows all about coming back. He wrote the book on that shit.
All right, final judgment time.
Great.
All right.
Oh my god.
This was the greatest shit that I had ever seen today.
Brendan Fraser.
That's fucking Tom Hanks taking a piss.
Of course it is.
Oh no, is that Green Mile?
Yeah.
Oh my god. A movie I have still yet to see.
Oh my god, it's fucking good.
I know you tell me every time I say I haven't seen it.
What Bub here is discovering is music and whatever he's been given put together is so good.
What was it? Beethoven's Fifth or something like that?
Ode to Joy.
Mm.
Yeah. Joyful. Anyway, yeah. It's public market.
It is. You work with what you work with.
Yep. But no, again, this is another one of those moments where the actor emoted using just his face and his eyes through makeup, and it made you feel. Like, I had to stop and take a screenshot of this and count the time. Like, where is this? I need to go back, screenshot it, and this is going to be my slide. And I wanted to use this as final judgment. I know usually I do something that's like, basically the last picture where, the guy opens the door and all the zombies are there. Oh, that's his comeuppance. That's the final judgment. No, the final judgment is this movie's lit. I fucking love it. It was really good.
Right on. What would you score it?
Oh God, I want to say IMDb gave this a 7.1. I'm going to give this a, oh gosh, I may go 8.4. 8.4. I don't. No, I'm going to go another 8.5. I went 8.5 last week. I'm gonna say it's on par. I can't say it's better and I can't say it's worse. I really enjoyed it.
Right on.
But
Ruben, how about? Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
No, I was going to say there was less action in this one, but there was a better story in this one.
That's true. And Ruben, how about you?
I'd say 8 is pretty fair. I really enjoyed this movie. It's nice to come back to it every once in a while.
How do you rank this in the Romero quadrilogy, or would you just call it a trilogy? Like these are the three best ones.
Yeah, I actually prefer this over Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. As far as story, I agree with Kevin. There could be a little bit more action in it, but yeah, I mean, I like it a lot.
Yeah, and I seriously enjoyed it. I thought the story was really good all around. Some good character work. Love the gore and the practical effects. Some of the action at times felt fine to pretty good. Nothing really was lacking, I thought. The pacing was pretty good, I thought, because an hour and 40 minutes flew right by, and I'm like, oh, I feel like I've only been watching this movie for maybe only an hour. Like, it almost felt like it was missing some stuff. I don't even know if there's really any deleted scenes, but sounds like according to the documentary I was watching, or the making of, that they basically got to shoot what was put on the page, for better or for worse. And I'm like, it's a lot of good detail work in there. I enjoyed. I'm probably going to score this about an 8.5 as well, but I also think I like this a little bit better than Dawn. They're different movies, but I kind of like this one just a little bit more. I can't put my finger exactly why. I just think it's a little more my speed, so to speak. But I'll rewatch Dawn any freaking time. And it's a damn good movie. I'd recommend everybody get a chance to see it. It is playing on Tubi for free. I thought I saw it was playing somewhere else.
What?
Check.
I rented it. God damn it.
Well, that's why I asked you. Okay, so it's on Pluto TV. It is on the Roku channel if you have that. And I'm going to double check Amazon Prime, because when I last saw this on Amazon Prime, it was a charge. Let's see.
This is on Peacock and Prime right now, I think.
Go ad free, included with Prime. So it's on Amazon Prime right now.
And Peacock and Pluto and Tubi. And AMC Plus.
I don't know about Tubi, but it's on Plex, it looks like. So if you have Plex.
Are you talking about Dawn or Day?
I'm talking about Day of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
So there's quite a few options. Oh yeah, and Tubi. Yeah. So go search for it. Go give it a watch if you're remotely interested in some horror and good fun zombie flick that is predating a lot of the schlop you see today. Now, before we head on out, Ruben, are you much on social media? Do you want anybody to follow you, or how do you feel about stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, you can find me on I'm on Facebook. I don't really do Twitter anymore because Elon gets on my nerves.
Gotcha.
And I'm on Instagram. That's really it. I mean, I just try to make as much friends as I can, and I'm a big fan of Mystery Science Theater, and I believe spreading some laughter out there is the best medicine right now.
Hey, nothing wrong with that in the least. I think that's fantastic. So thank you for joining us, man. And Kevin, let everybody know where they can find you, what we got coming up next.
Oh, you'll find us next. You on Thursday with the Stargate Files with Skeeter, and then us, I believe, Friday. Are we gonna be working Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Friday you'll catch us, and I believe Marty Catola. We're going to be talking about the Sci-Fi Channel era of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Speaking of which, and so definitely catch us on that. And we have another MST3K episode that'll be coming out later this month. That's a surprise. And then what are we doing for Nostalgia TV next? I can't remember.
Oh, that'd be the December round, and we're still figuring that out.
All right. Yeah.
We will discuss. That might be part of our member stream we are doing on the 24th, which is on Monday. So,
oh yeah, so y'all tune in. Like that's where you guys get to have votes and shit like that.
Yep, you can talk, you can fill us in, you can chime in. So if you are a member and subscriber of our channel here, as long as you've subscribed and you have joined us, you might have already been gifted a membership if you are an existing member. We got a lot last week from our buddy ABF, who is over in Egypt right now, having a good fun time. But yeah, we got some fun content coming up. We have an interview with Vanessa Angel that is dropping Thursday next week, in lieu of our Stargate episode due to Thanksgiving. So that should be a fun one for all. And of course, Saturday is Deadwire live streams with Kevin, Jeff, Chad, and I think Skeeter is going to be joining us this Saturday. So we will have the full crew back.
Chadley will be on a pub crawl this weekend.
Oh, so Chad's going on a pub crawl. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, so it's just going to be the three of us. Maybe we'll get a little zany on that night. So that being said, thank you all for tuning in on 0 Point Reviews with George Romero's Day of the Dead. We will see you next week, and I'm thinking we might be leaning towards like the Night of the Dead remake that Kevin's seen before, and I have not. So that being said, y'all have a good night. There's a redirect going on over to Gooch Diabolical Souls. They got a fun little panel of news from today going on. Highly recommend. And please say hi. Let them know that Jeff and Kevin from Suns and Shadows sent you. We'll see you all next time, everybody.
The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
You will suffer an eternity for this.